The supermarket adventure. Eli had a reputation for playing harmless pranks around town, but his latest idea went too far. He thought it would be funny to hide in the local supermarket until closing time, then sneak out and scare the night staff. But his plan didn't go quite as expected. As the last customer left, Eli realized he was all alone. The doors had locked automatically, and the store was closed for the night. He checked his phone, hoping for help, but the battery had died. Eli was stuck in a closed supermarket with no way out until morning. At first, he felt a bit scared. The huge, empty aisles seemed more like a maze than a friendly store. But after a few minutes, he decided to make the best of it. It wasn't every day he had an entire store to himself. Eli looked around for supplies. He grabbed some blankets from the home goods section and a sleeping bag from the camping aisle. He set up a campsite right in the middle of the canned food aisle. It was strange, but also exciting, like being on a wild adventure in the middle of town. He decided to explore the aisles one by one. In the snack section, he found chips and candy bars. In the bakery, he grabbed a fresh loaf of bread and a bottle of water. It felt like a feast, even though he wasn't exactly roughing it. Eli felt like a survivor in a jungle, gathering food to last the night. Things quickly got interesting when he tried to make himself more comfortable. While looking for extra pillows, he knocked over a stack of cereal boxes. They scattered everywhere, and he almost slipped on the floor trying to pick them up. Laughing at his own clumsiness, he couldn't help but feel like a kid on a treasure hunt. Later, he found the beauty aisle with all its lotions and perfumes. He sprayed a little cologne in the air, but he must have pressed the wrong nozzle because suddenly a strong perfume cloud surrounded him. Eli's eyes watered, and he stumbled back, coughing and laughing. He thought to himself, maybe survival in a supermarket wasn't as easy as he'd imagined. Just when he thought he'd seen everything, he spotted a shopping cart and decided to ride it around the store. At first, he pushed slowly, gliding through the empty aisles. But he soon picked up speed, racing down the aisles with excitement. Until, suddenly, the cart spun out of control, crashing into a tower of soda cans. The cans toppled down like a waterfall, and one of them burst open, spraying soda everywhere. Eli tried to dodge, but it was too late, he was soaked. He sighed, realizing his camping trip was getting messier by the minute. As he was trying to clean up the soda mess, he accidentally set off the store's sprinklers. Water sprayed down from the ceiling, turning the whole store into a rainy jungle. Eli scrambled for cover, slipping and sliding on the wet floor, laughing at the ridiculousness of it all. This adventure was turning into the wildest night of his life. After the sprinklers finally stopped, Eli found some dry towels and tried to clean himself up. Exhausted but still having fun, he set up a new campsite in the paper towel aisle. With stacks of paper towels around him, he felt like he was in a cozy cabin in the woods. The night dragged on, and Eli's energy started to fade. He thought about his prank and realized he had acted without considering the consequences. It hadn't been fair to sneak into the store, thinking only of his own fun without considering the mess he'd made or the trouble he'd caused. By morning, Eli was ready to leave. As the first staff arrived, he quietly slipped out, grateful for the night's adventure but understanding the lesson it brought. He'd learned that even the smallest decisions could have big effects. And from that day forward, Eli decided he'd keep his pranks safe and think twice before jumping into his next big plan. Thanks for watching Story Kindle. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more stories.